So before I start, because I'm aware most of you, are having another class now, I think chemistry test. So because of them, so I'm recording the session, then I'm going to send you the link after the class. So again, my name is Gafari Lukuman. I know you know that. So, and I'm going to be your tutor for this extended tutorial. So we are going to run this for 4 weeks. And as it's contained in the email sent to you, we are going to cover the first tutorial now. So today, so maybe next week, tutorial 2, and just like that. And maybe at the end of the tutorial 4, I know you are going to enjoy it, don't worry. So we might likely request for more time for you so that you enjoy it. So if you are just joining, please, could you guys fill the attendance form I just sent to the group? So, and if you are joining, those who I made the co-host, please. Thank you, Lungani. So thank you. And you let me take those guys' name. Yeah, like I've said before, I continue because I'm a mathematics teacher as well. And like I've said, you are going to join the session, don't worry. So I quickly have a question I want to give you. I hope you can see it on your screen now. So it's a mathematics poll. I think it is just 2 questions. So yeah, I'm asking about the first question is whether you like mathematics. Yeah, okay, thank you. As you fill the question, 4% first. Okay, we have 6%. Thank you, guys. So yeah, thank you as you cooperate. We have 27 here. Please, could you just, okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it looks somehow because the percentage of people okay. Let's see. If you are joining, please kindly answer the survey too. I give us 1 more minute. Let us see more participants. That will start. That will be.
Still trying every day, find a way to keep my head above the wall.
Yeah, please kindly mute yourself if you know you want to say something. Okay, do we see? Yeah, please, we want other people to participate. Okay. Yeah, welcome, Sinfundo. Okay. Yeah, I think this is enough. Maybe I should wait for 1 more response so that I have 20 responses altogether before we start the analysis. Like I've said, this will be the starting point of my class. I know at the end of the day, I'm going to have a lot of friends among you. Yeah. Okay, we need 1 more response. Marcela, have you filled your own? Okay, I think I should just end the poll like that. At any point, if you have a question, you can raise your hands or you just interrupt me. Okay, Zohair, welcome. Okay. Yeah, I hope you can see the result. Guys, can you see the result?
Yes.
Yeah, it means like a majority of you like mathematics. Good. Yeah, Bonga. Yeah. And unfortunately, we have people who hate mathematics here. Ulwesu, you want to say something? So, but funnily, if you check the second question, 1 + 1, everybody choose 2. I think that is simple enough. Yeah. So that is simple. Yeah. I only, 3 people selected no in the first question. I think maybe they have a kind of misconception for mathematics. I know after the end of this lesson, this will change. Because you said you hate mathematics or you don't like mathematics, and you selected correct answer in the second question, which is 1 + 1. Let me tell you, if you don't know before that, all mathematics are just like this. Hope you understand now. So what you have to understand is just the what? It's just the rudiment. You understand what you are going to do, how you are going to do it. You understand the rudiment in each of the topics. So which is what I'm going to be explaining this video. Okay, let us get started. By the way, can you share? Can you see my screen? Can you still see my screen?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, like I've said, and as it was contained in the email sent to you. So the first, what we are covering today are mainly about tutorial 1. And if you check your, I hope you can see what I'm writing, please.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, thank you. So if you check those questions, so you will see that. So the question on tutorial 1 cross across topics like expansion, factorization, so rational expressions, so then equations, so rational expression, inequalities, radical. So please, we are joining. Mute yourself, please. Those I made co-hosts, please kindly help me mute people. They are disturbing us so that we can enjoy this class very well. So since you now know that these are some of the topics that constitute tutorial 1, let me just quickly review them for you before we solve all the questions, because I want us to solve all the questions and I want you to follow me. I hope you understand now. The first question there, you know, I said is on factorization and expansion, but before we go there, can anybody tell me the difference between expression and equation? I want you to understand the basic first before we solve the question. Anybody? What's the difference between expression and equation? Anybody from the crowd? Or if you don't want to, just tell me an example so that I know what you know, so that I can just lay the foundation.
Okay, let me try. Isn't that the equation has an equal sign at the end, and then the expression doesn't have an equal sign?
Okay, thank you, Sisanda. Good.
Right.
I mean, good. I like your answer. So don't, in order not to waste our time, when we see an expression, maybe if I write something like this, 2x + 3 is equal to 5. I hope you understand now. So your left hand side alone, where I circled blue like this, is known as expression. Yeah, that is, an expression is just a mathematical phrase that comprises of numbers or variable. Or in some textbook, they can call it constant or variable. When we say constant, you know, when we say constant, then when we say variable, constant are just your number. So in this example, our constant are what? 2 and 3. 2, 3, all those numbers are your constant. But when you say variable, variable are just what? The unknowns. The unknowns in this expression is what? X. I hope you understand now. Please, I want you to be, so that we can enjoy the class, so that let us be talking together. So our unknown here is X, is this the variable? And you know why it is called a variable? So I get the name from the word varies. When we say something varies, something that changes. I hope you understand now. So when we have 2x now, you know 2x, I can say my 2x is 2. My 2x can also be 4 based on this value of what? Of this value of x. If my x is equal to 1, then this expression can be what? Can be 2 times 1, which is equal to 2. If my expression here, that is 2x, if x here is 2, then my x can be what? 2. In fact, if my S is Sisanda, for example, or if Sisanda will not like that, if my S is Gafari, then we can have our expression to be what? 2 Gafari. I hope you understand now. You can see that it changes. And that 2 remains the same. That is the constant. So when you now have the combination of constant and variable like that, irrespective of any constant or irrespective of any variable, whether they are together, maybe, for example, I can have something like this 2. You know, this is just what? Combination of variable alone. X, Y, Z are variables. So this is an expression. I hope you understand now. So this is an expression. This is an expression. I want to confirm, please, have I started the recording? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because of some of your colleagues who are there. Okay. So now we now understand the meaning of expression. Like Sisanda explained, when your expression will now graduate to equation when you have this equality sign. I hope you understand now. You know, our expression before was 2s plus 3. Then the moment I had equality to it now, so maybe you equate it to anything, then we have what we call equation. I hope you understand now. So, and what equation mean, you know, when we are talking about equality, then what we are saying there is that perhaps your left-hand side is equal to what? Is equal to the right-hand side. I hope you understand now. So your left-hand side is equal to right-hand side. That is, at the end of the day, what you have here is also the same thing as what you have here. And that's why you will see that at the end of the day, you know, we call this simple equation. When you solve it, you know, we are going to have our x to be what? X to be what? 1. And that's why if you put your x to be 1 here, you are going to have 2 plus 3, which is going to give me 5. You see that we have 5 at the left-hand side, we have 5 at the right-hand side. If that is cleared, so before I continue, you know your expression now, you can categorize it. So degree-wise, your expression or equation, you can categorize it degree-wise, maybe by degree. When I say degree-wise, that is, you can categorize it by degree, or what? Or term-wise. Honestly, these two, this is what we are going to be using. I mean, I think that serves as foundation for what you'll be covering in MATH150 here. I hope you understand now. So that is when we say degree-wise, we are talking about the degree. What do I mean by degree? Degree is the power to which an expression is raised. For example, now, when I have 2s plus 3, you know, your 2s plus 3 here, with what I've said, my variable here is what? What is our variable, everybody, with what I've said? Yeah, please let us be doing that. I want you to be responding. So our variable is what?
X.
X, thank you. So if you now check the value, the power inside X, for example, now this is having the power of 1. You can see 2x plus 3, we can write that as 2x raised to power 1. So the highest power in a particular expression or a particular equation is called the degree of that equation or degree of that expression. For example, now we see that, I mean, this is having degree 1. Then you can see an expression of degree 1. And an expression of degree 1 is categorized as linear expression. I hope you understand now. So, but for this one now, which is 2s plus 3, will it be linear expression or linear equation? So this will be linear equation. I hope you understand now. So this will be linear equation. So if that is cleared, okay, now let's say I now have something of this nature as well, 2s squared plus 3s plus 5. Don't forget, by my definition of degree, you can see now that if you, I mean, indicates the variable we have here. S is a variable. This is another variable, I think. These are just the variables we have. You can see that this variable is having what degree? What power? What power is it having? Power 2, right? Please, I want us to be talking so that the class will be much interesting. So then I will know you understand as well. So perhaps if you are the one alone and the background noise will not disturb us, please kindly just unmute yourself so that you can be responding. Yeah, thank you. So, and this one is having degree what? Degree 1. But the highest degree in that expression is what? What is the highest degree? You can see the highest degree in that expression is 2. Then we say that this expression is expression of degree 2. And an expression of degree 2 is called quadratic expression. Okay? And if this expression graduates to equation, how are you going to graduate to equation? That is when you have an equality sign. Maybe I now have 2s squared plus 5s plus 3 is equal to 0. You can see it's an equation. Then we say that this is what? A quadratic equation. Likewise, I have something of this nature. So 4s raised by, so if you check this expression very well, you will see that the highest power to which, this expression is raised, x is raised here is 3. Then you say it is what? Equation of degree 3. Equation of degree 3. So, or, sorry, expression of degree 3, or you call it what? Cubic expression. Or you call it cubic expression. So if that is clear, that is how you can have it. You can have it by degree. Also, we now have term-wise. You now have defined this degree-wise. We know when you have a degree 1, you know what it means. When you have degree 2, you have a question. So when you have degree 3, you know what it means. So now for term-wise, when we say term, you can still describe an expression or equation term-wise. For example, if I have 2x, okay, let me first of all define what I mean by term. If you check this very well, from here to here, before you have, an operator separating them, it is term. 3s raised by 3 is a term. 4s squared raised by 3 is a term on its own. 4x is a term on its own. It means this expression is having how many terms? We call it 3 terms expression. I hope you understand now. If you have just one term like this one, we call it a monomial expression. I hope you understand now. We call it a monomial expression. When you have additional term, don't forget, before you can have additional term, it means you have to have like an operator serving as relationship between one term and the other. Maybe when you have 2s plus 5 now, so then this is 2-term expression. We call it binomial. We call it binomial expression. Please, I want you to take note of this terminology because we'll be using it as time goes on. So then we have what? Maybe when you have 2s plus 3s plus 5. This having how many what? How many terms? Anybody? 3 terms. The name is what?
Trinomial.
Trinomial. Yeah, thank you, my friends. Yeah, that's what I want. Please, I want us to be going together. So this we call this trinomial expression. Don't stress yourself. When you have 4-term expression, you don't need to give them name. Just say 4-term expression, 5-term expression, 6-term expression. I hope you understand. So if that is now cleared, we know what expression mean now. We know the meaning of equation. We know what we mean by degree. We know what we mean by what? What do we call it? We know what we mean by term. So what we are also expected to be doing is what? We'll be asking to add 2 expressions or more. We'll be asking to subtract. We'll be asked to multiply. Also, we'll be asked to divide. That's the summary of what we'll be doing. Please, because I want you to understand it very well. So, this addition, your subtraction, your multiplication and division, they are the 4 basic operators we have in mathematics. I hope you understand now. We call them operators. And for every operators, it has a certain rules. And there is a certain properties guiding them as well. I hope you understand now. So these are the properties I'm going to be explaining before. Don't worry, we are going to solve all the equation, but I want to lay the foundation for you first so that even yourself, you can solve the question without even waiting for me. I hope you understand. So the first properties I want you to understand is known as commutative. Commutative. They take the name from commute. When I say, okay, now I live in Varsity Drive, where I commute to the university every day. You know, the meaning of commute is something that is going and coming back. I hope you understand now. When we say commutatives, that let me give you an example. We say, when I say 2 plus 3, everybody, what is 2 plus 3? Yeah, please. 5. Thank you. Okay, now, you know, this is our first term here is what? 2, right? And the second term is 3. Okay, what if I interchange the first term to the second term and second term to the third term? Then I am going to have 3 plus 2. You can see that 3 plus 2 also give me what? 5. I hope you understand now. So when you change the order this way and your result remain the same, then we say that particular operator is commutative. Oh, I hope you understand now. So we say it is commutative. In this sense, you can say addition is what? Addition is commutative. Okay, let me ask you, my friends, is subtraction commutative? Is subtraction commutative? Just
No.
Yeah, just place it on the same principle. When are we going to, you know, before it can be commutative, it means when I say 3 minus 2 and what? 2 minus 3, I must be able to get the same what? The same answer. What is 3 minus 2? 1. 2 minus 3 is minus
1.
And you see, they are not the same. So if you change the order and you don't have the same result, then they are not commutative. So since 3 minus 2 is not equal to 2 minus 3, then you can conclude adequately that minus is what? Is not commutative. So if you understand it now, okay, what about multiplication? Anybody, is multiplication commutative?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, what of division? Is division commutative?
No.
No. Oh.
Division
No.
is not commutative. Thank you. God bless you. See Abonga. Yeah. Okay, now that's one of the property. But before I go, okay, well, let us continue. Another property I want you to know, because we are going to be using them, is associative. You can see that commutative deals with how many elements, how many terms, how many elements? These are the elements. How many numbers? You can see that it deals with 2 numbers. But for associativity, the relationship is between 3 numbers. Because before you can say something is associative, it means when you have 3 numbers, for example, 2 plus 3 plus 4, you can see that my bracket here is on the last 2 numbers. Then what associative property is saying is that if you change the order of the bracket, maybe you have 2 plus 3 now, the bracket is on the first 2 elements, then plus 4, and your answer remains the same. Then you say it is associative. I hope you understand that. So for example, now you can see that 2 plus, 3 plus 4 will give me what? 7, right? Then 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 4, which is, you can see that both of them will give you what? 9. Then we say addition is also associative. Okay, guys, can I quickly ask you, is subtraction associative? Is operators subtraction associative? Anybody? Is it associative? Just think of any numbers. Is it associative? Are you with me, guys? Yeah, please, I want you to just talk. Don't worry, we are friends. Even if you say what is not, it is fine with me. And okay, another thing is, anytime you have a question, feel free to ask. I'm here purposely because of you. Even if you ask the same question 100 times, I won't be annoyed. We are friends.
No.
No, thank you, my friend. So it is not associative. Why? Okay, let us take 3 elements. You can also take 3 numbers and try it in your own side. That is when I have 2 minus 3 minus 4. Okay, now, this one will give me 2 minus 3 minus 4 will give me what? Minus 1. Then minus times minus, this will give me 2 plus 1, which is equal to 3. Okay, let us change their order now. 2 minus 3 minus 4. Let's see if we are going to have the same thing. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Minus 1 minus 4, this will give me minus 5. You can see that they are not the same. So since you change the order, 2 minus 3 minus 4, and it's not equal to 2 minus 3 minus 4, then you say that subtraction is not associative. Okay, what of multiplication, everybody? What of multiplication?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, thank you. So
Yes.
addition and multiplication are both what? Commutative and associative. Please take it because we'll be using them. So because we'll be using them, hi guys, please help me take those people in as soon as they join. Yeah. I've made some of you, the co-host, so that you can assist me to do that. Okay. We still have distributive property. Don't worry, we move to the question now. I just want you to understand. So we have distributive property. What do I call distributive property? Distributive property is combining two operators, it's showing relationship between two operators. Maybe I can say, if I want to say two, for example, when you have two, look at this now. You know, the relationship between these two and x plus y here is what, everyone? You know, it is multiplication, although it is an ED multiplication. You know what distributive property is saying is that your A, let me write it in general, A star B, maybe you have another operator like this. It means that you are going to give this with this. That's going to give you A star B. Then this with this. A star C. So in essence, when you have 2 multiplied by x plus y now, it means you are going to multiply this by this. That will give me 2x. Yeah, please help me be taking this guy inside. Maybe I should make one more person the co-host. Yeah. With okay, please help me be taking them so that it won't be distracting me. Sanelli, so yeah, and Lunga, I think you are, a co-host already. Okay, yeah, that's that. Okay, now let us now move. Okay, before I move to this, okay, Letambo, you have a question? Do you have a question? Any questions so far before we move to tutorial 1 now? Because I know you can solve tutorial 1 now. So we are going to do that together. So if you don't have a question, let me move to that tutorial. Yeah, I think maybe I should share my whole screen so that you see the question yourself. By the way, okay, let me just share it. I want to ask, can you see my whole screen now?
Yes.
Now, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, I think this is your tutorial 1. And in this question, so we have to solve question 3, 11, 14, and 26. But my friend, you know what I want you to do? If I solve this, I want you to solve the rest yourself. I hope you understand now. I will solve, but I want you to try out the because this is how you can be an expert in mathematics. I hope you understand now. Okay. The first question is question 3. Maybe I should just copy it, or let me just snipe it. Or somebody, if you have it with you, can you, okay, let me just snipe it. Yeah, so that it won't delay us. Okay. Can you see the question? Can you see the question?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to share question 3. Sorry, let me reshare it. Come in. Come in. Okay, let me just go back there. Question 3. Yeah. Or maybe why not snipe? Why not screenshot all of them so that we won't be coming here every time? since we know all what we are doing there. So please, like I've said the other time, I want us to be doing this all together. Okay, look at this question. Let me expand it more so that you can see it. I hope you can see it very well now. Yeah. This Zoom meeting is for which block? All the blocks, everybody. This is just a tutorial. And don't worry, I'm recording the section. You can watch it at the end of the day. Everyone, yeah, thank you, Lungani. Please help me take charge of the chat room and every other thing. Okay, look at the first question. The first question says, we have to perform this indicated operation. We have -6, 2q squared plus 4q minus 3 plus 4 minus q squared plus 7q minus 3. Before I solve the question, guys, let me still tell you one thing. If you want to add or subtract expression together, what you have to do is to collect the like terms. I hope you understand now. You know, for example, now, maybe you are doing 2 modules. You are doing one on mathematics and you are doing another on chemistry. And you know, you have 4 notes together. Will you be writing mathematics inside chemistry? You know what you'll be doing is, okay, this is my book for math, and this is my book for chemistry. I hope you understand now. So that's how you are going to be adding. So for multiplication, if you look at this guy very well, okay, now what you are going to do is to use your distributive law. Guys, please, can you mute yourself so that you don't disturb us? So what you are going to do here is to what? Is to multiply out. I hope you understand.
Yeah. Now I'm a student. This is Papa. This is a student.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, guys. Could you please don't disturb us, please? We still have a lot to cover. Yeah, please, I beg you. So, you know, this is having how many terms? Everybody, please, with what I said the other time, this is what type of expression? Time-wise? Anybody? This one? Is having how many terms expression?
3 times.
3 times, thank you. And the degree is what? Degree 2. That is the quadratic expression. What I want to bring out is that you can see that you have a number out. What this is saying is that all these 3 terms here are the owner of this number outside. I hope you understand now. It means maybe 3 of you, you go to a party, and in that party, they serve you food, maybe cake. I hope you understand that. You know, the cake belongs to all of you. So it means this -3 also belongs to all of them. And if you want to open the bracket, if you want to remove the bracket, what you have to do is to multiply out. What did I call it? You multiply out. And you multiply out by following what type of law? Distributive law. That is, you distribute these minuses over all the terms. Okay, let us do it one by one. This will now be what? -6 times 2q squared. Don't stress yourself. What are you going to be doing is constant with constant, variable with variable. Now, -6 is not having a variable, just a -6 times 2. This will give you -12, then q squared. I hope you understand now. We've given -6 to the first term. Then to the second term as well. Before I go, you know, the products or quotient of 2 sign, maybe if I say minus times minus, it is plus. Once their sign is the same, when you multiply them together, it's going to give you positive. The product or quotient of 2 unlike signs, minus times plus or plus times minus, will give you negative. I hope you understand now. So that will give you negative. So if that is cleared, okay, now let us now do it for this guy as well. So let us do it for this guy as well. Okay, minus 6, we've done it for the first time. Let us do it for the second time. Minus 6 times 4. That will give me what? Minus 24Q. I hope you understand now. And okay, now let us do it for the third one as well. So let us do it for the third one. If you do it for the third one, what are you going to have? Everybody, please, I want us to be, doing it together. Okay, that will give me what? Positive 18, because minus 6 times minus 3. That will give me positive 18. Okay, now, then you still come back here. We've done with the first one. What you've done here, do it for the rest of them as well. Which will also be what? Plus 4 times minus Q squared. That will give me minus 4Q squared. Please, you have to be very careful of that minus. That minus is not serious. Do you know that it's not serious? And it can make you get 0. I hope you understand now. So you have to take note of it. So okay, now the second one will be 4 times 7. That will also give me plus 28Q. Then 4 times minus 3, that will give me minus 12. So that will give me minus 12. So immediately you are done with that. Then you are now going to collect the like terms. Don't forget. So what I said the other time, that the like term will be maybe the one with degree 2 with the one with degree 2, the one with degree 1 with the one with degree 1. Okay, let us collect the like terms. This will now be minus 12Q squared. Okay, minus 4Q squared. Do we still have any square here? We don't have any of them again. Okay, let us collect the one in terms of the one with degree 1. That will also give me what? Minus 24Q plus 28Q. I hope you understand now. And lastly, the constant. That will give me what? Plus 18 minus 12. I hope you understand, guys. Okay. After that, this will now give me what? I have minus 12Q squared minus 4Q squared. That will give me minus 16Q squared. How is it like that? Negative is just like you are owing me money. Okay, maybe if I say, no Chile, if you owe me 12 rand, and you also owe me another 4 rand, I hope you understand. Since negative is just like debt, it means you are owing me how much? You are owing me 16 rand. I hope you understand. So that's how we have minus 16Q squared here. It's just like you are owing me 12 bread. You are still owing me 4 bread. Bread is just like Q squared. Don't be confused. This is just like something, a quantity. So, okay, now for this one as well, minus 24 plus 28. You are owing me 24 bread, and you have 24 bread with you. You just pay the debt. What are you going to? You still have extra bread left. So this will give me plus 4Q. That is, you have 4 bread left. Okay, now, and this will now be what? 18 minus 12. That will give me 6. When you see it is very simple, you don't need to stress yourself. I hope you guys understand. Okay, now, if you understand, I think the next question is question 11. Okay, let us try it as well. Please, guys, I want us to be doing it together so that we understand very well. Question 11 is 2 minus 3s, 2 plus 3s. We have a rule here, and I want you to put it at the back of your mind. We call it difference of 2 square. I hope you understand now. And I want you to note the converse as well. Look up, guys. Let's say I have A plus B, or let me, like the way they wrote it, maybe you have A minus B multiplied by A plus B. I hope you understand now. And I want to open this bracket. I want to show you something so that you understand. If you have this kind of question, you don't need to stress yourself. This one will be A times A squared. The same number you multiply with the second number. A times B, that will be plus AB, minus B times A, that is minus AB, minus B times B, that is what? Minus B squared. I hope you understand. I know some of you, if you don't understand before, this is what I've done. You have 2 terms here. If you are multiplying 2 terms by 2 terms, just take the first term here, multiply it with the 2 term here, Then take the second term as well, which is minus b, multiply it with the two terms here. And this will give you a square, right? A times b, that is ab, minus b times a minus ab, minus b times b, that is minus b square. You can see that ab minus ab, I owe you one bread, then I have one bread with me. You know, it will cancel each other. What do I have left? I have a square minus b squared. I hope you understand also. I have a squared minus b squared. You know what this is saying, my friend, is that we call this difference of two square. That is when you have two terms, in this case, a, b. I hope you understand now. You see, have a, b, and you have positive here, that is plus. Plus is their relationship here. You have negative to be the relationship here, and you have to multiply them together. You know what that law is saying is that you don't need to stress yourself. Just square the first one minus square the second one. Oh, I hope you understand now. You can see that when we expand this, what we had was this, a square minus b square. So it means when we have something like this now, we don't need to stress ourselves. So if you look at our question now, we have 2 minus 3x, 2 plus 3s. You can see that our first term here is 2, 3x, 2, 3s. It's the same thing as a, b, b. But what you have between them is just minus plus. I hope you understand now. Then you are going to apply your difference of two square. And what is that going to be? You don't need to stress yourself. You don't need to do it like this. You don't need to waste your time. What you are going to do is you square the first term minus you square the second term. And don't forget our second term is 3x. I hope you understand. So, and this one will give me 4 minus, 3s. It means that 3 square, you give them one by one. 3 square will give me 9. S square will give me S square. I hope you understand. You can see we don't stress ourselves. Guys, I hope you understand. If you understand,
Yes,
please, can you give me thumb up so that I know you are following me, please? Thumb?
yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Siabonga. Okay. Okay. With that, can you guys quickly tell me the answer of this? Although it's not part of the question, but I want you to tell me. It is number 5, 3t plus 5y, 3t minus 5y. Anybody, if you know the answer, you can say it or you can post it on the chat box, please. We have limited time so that we have, we have to be very fast. Anybody, we have the same number here, 3t.
It's 9
Okay.
t squared minus 25y squared. 9 t squared minus 25y squared.
Thank you so much, my friend. God bless you. So we have 3t plus 5y, 3t minus 5y. You don't need to stress yourself because this is 3t, 5y, 3t, 5y. But the difference between both of them is just that plus, minus. If you want to multiply them together like this, we call them difference of two squared. You don't need to stress yourself. Just take the first one, 3t squared, minus the second one, 5y squared. I hope you understand now. So, and this one will now give you what? 90 squared, 3, so minus 25y squared. So that's that. Okay, I hope we understand what difference of two squared means. Okay, let us move to the next question now. Question 11. Question 11. Yeah, let me just copy the question here. Yeah, guys, please help me take those guys inside so that, thank you. So question 11, let me copy it here. So the question 11 says, yeah, the same, okay, we've solved it. We've solved question 11. Okay, question 14. Question 14, where is question 14? Did I copy it here? Oh, then I will have to go back here. What is question 14 saying? Look at this, beautiful. Maybe I should just copy it again so that we don't stress ourselves. Guys, I hope you are following. Please, if you are following and you understand, could you just say yes on the group so that I know you are following me? Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Siabonga. Okay, look at question 14. I want you to, by saying this, you should be able to solve it yourself. You know what mathematics require is try. You have to try. Don't be afraid. Math is very simple. You know, for the first, what do I call it? The poll I gave to you, I said, is mathematics difficult? And after it, I gave you 1 + 1. And every one of you said 2. That's all how all mathematics are. 1 + 1 is 2. So 1 + 1 is 2. Please, guys, if you have not filled your attendance, kindly do so again. Maybe I should, or if you have it with you, could you help me just share it to the group? Or maybe I should just share it again myself. Yeah. So it is very important to do that. Okay, I just share it for those of us just joining. Okay, let us solve this kind of question. It's not difficult to do. Let me give you another hint. Another hint I want to give you is that, you know, this one is also having minus plus, but unfortunately, the numbers are not the same. I hope you understand now. So if it were to be the numbers are the same, you could have used your difference of 2 squared directly. Although there is another way you can manipulate it such a way that you are going to have it, but I don't want to stress you. I hope you understand that. So I don't want to stress you. So what we are going to do is just multiply out, take this one, 3/4r, multiply by all this one. If you don't want to stress yourself, that is 5/4r plus 1/3x. Then you take the second one again, that is minus 2/3x. You multiply it with all of this, 5/4r plus 1/3x. I hope you understand. Okay, now let us now multiply them together. This multiply by this. Don't forget, if you are multiplying out, you use this one. It's just like two of us, we went to Checkers to buy bread. It means we are the owner of the bread. So these 3/4, all these two terms are the owner. This multiplied by this. Don't forget, if you want to multiply, we call this what? A rational expression. When we say rational expression is an expression in terms of fraction. If you want to multiply fraction together, numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator. So this will now be 3 times 5, that is 15, divided by 4 times 4, 16, r times r squared. When you see it is very simple. Then plus 3/12 rx. I hope you understand now. Then minus 10/12 rx. Then minus what? 2/9 x squared. I hope you understand now. So then you can continue. So this will now give me 15 divided by 16 r squared. And you know, one principle of, what do we call it? Rational number is that you don't need to stress yourself. Maybe if I have 1 divided by 2 plus 2 divided by 2, since they are having the same denominator, just write 2 here and add the what? Denominator together. So since this guy having the same numerator, you don't need to stress yourself and find the LCM. And you are going to have 12 here, 12 in 12. Or you don't need to stress yourself since they're having this. So this will just be 3rx minus 10rx, then minus 2/9x squared. So if you proceed from here, then I'm going to have what? Let me just, so then I'm going to have 15 divided by 16 r squared. Then this will give me minus 7rx divided by 12 minus 2/9x squared. When you see it is very simple, it is not difficult to do. And lastly, on tutorial 1, can I leave that for you? Can you do it? 26. Can you guys do it yourself? So we have 3x plus y, everything raised to power 3. Let me just give you hints on how to do that. You have 3x plus y, everything raised to power 3. So 3x plus y, everything raised to power 3. You don't need to stress yourself. When you say something is raised to power 3, that is 3 times of that something. If I say 1 delay is raised to power 3, it means I'm going to have 1 delay times 1 delay times 1 delay. If I have Gafari raised to power 3, I'm going to have Gafari times Gafari times Gafari. So if you want to do this, then this is going to give me 3x plus y, 3x plus y, 3x plus y. I hope you understand. So then you multiply this and this. So although we still call something perfect square, don't forget your a plus b squared. It's the same thing as what? A squared plus 2ab plus b squared. But I don't, for those of you who don't have this background, so we are still coming there. So if you expand this, this will give you 9x squared. So then plus 18xy plus y squared. Then the result you have here, 3x plus 1. Then you still use it to expand it. So that's what we do on expansion. I have your result. I hope you can do that yourself because of the time. This will be what? 27x raised by 3 plus 9x squared y plus 3 times, I think this is 54x squared y. You can see that x with x with x, like times with like time. Then plus what? Then plus 18xy squared, then plus 3xy squared plus y raised by 3. Then you can just collect the like terms. It is very simple. Although there is, a simpler method you can use to solve this. We call it Pascal Triangle. Pascal Triangle. So maybe in our subsequent class, I'm going to explain. But summarily, what Pascal Triangle means is that you have something like this. The coefficient of 0 is this. This is 1, 1. How do we obtain that? Just put 0 here. 0 plus 1 will give me 1. 1 plus 0 will give me 1. Then you still put 0 here. 0 plus 1 will give me 1. So 1 plus 1 will give me 2. 1 plus 0 will give me 1. You still put 0 here. 0 plus 1, that's 1. 3, 3, 1. Then you can go on like that. This is 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Like that. 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. So, and this coefficient of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, the essence of this Pascal triangle is that you don't need to stress yourself. For example, now, if I want to solve this kind of question, x plus y squared, you know, what Pascal triangle is saying is that just take your power. You know, our power here is what? Is 2. And you now write the coefficient of 2 we obtain from the Pascal triangle. And the coefficient of 2 here is what? 1, 2, 1. Then you just take them one by one. You take the first coefficient here, which is 1, multiply by your first term here, which is x. Then your x will now start from the power. What is the power we are having? 2. And your y will start from 0. You know why? That is the second term. Even if you have 5, so your x will start from 5, that is x raised by y 5. Then your y will start from 0. Then you now say plus, you now take the second what? You take the second coefficient, which is 2. Then multiply by, then the power of the first term will now be decreasing, and the power of the second term will be increasing. This will now be s raised by 1. You know, it was 2 before. You reduce it by 1. That will be 1. So this was 0 before. You increase it by 1. That will be 1. Then plus, you take the last coefficient, which is 1. Then multiply by, don't forget, we'll be decreasing what? The power of the first term. That will be s raised by 0, y raised power. You increase this, which is y squared. So which is y squared. Please help me be admitting those guys. So if you do it, this will give me s squared. Y raised by 0 is 1, then plus 2xy is y squared. Can you see it is very simple? And that, you know, Pascal triangle is very important when you want to solve like 10, anything raised by 10. You don't need to stress yourself. What you have to know is your coefficient first. So that is that. Okay, I think we can go to tutorial 2. Before we go to tutorial 2, any question, please? Any question, guy? R2. Any question, guys, on this? If you understand, can you say yes? Or you just type on the chat?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Siabonga.
Yes.
Okay, let us now move to factorization. Let us move to factorization. Before we solve the question, let me quickly clear something for you as well. Oh, the time is going, we have to be fast. When we say factorization, they take it from the word factor. I hope you understand now. Okay, maybe myself and Shakile, we went to checkers and we are wearing red cap. We are wearing red cap. What do we have in common? Red. I hope you understand that. So it's just like when you have 2x plus 4y. If you check this term very well, you will see that they have something in common. I hope you understand now. That is their SCM. They have something is common. You can see that 2 is common here. 2 is also here because we can write this as 2x plus 2 times 2y, because 2 times 2 will later give me 4. I hope you understand, guys. So that is that. So if you now want to factorize, what you have to do is that now that we want to factorize 2x plus 4y, we know that 2 is common. Then you take 2 out. Immediately you take 2 out. That 2 you take out, or any number you take out, you now divide it by each of the term. I hope you understand now. So this will now be, we've taken 2 out now. This will now be 2x over 2 plus 4y over 2. And you see that 2 will cancel 2. So this will cancel this now. What do we have left? 2 into s plus 2y. What we've done is that we factorize it. We factorize 2 out. That's called factorization. And you can see that from factorization, we can get this expression again by what? By expansion. What we were doing before is expanding. Now we want to factorize. To factorize again, you still multiply out again. Okay, this is 2x plus 2 times 2. That's 4y. I hope you guys understand. So that is that. Okay, now to factorize, I mean, a binomial expression is not difficult. This is what we've done. You can see, you all know that. Just think of the common factor between them, which is 2. Take it out, divide by each of them. Okay, now how do you now factorize like a quadratic term? Even if you have a trinomial term, just factor. So, but linear expression is not difficult to do. But what of quadratic? Let's say I have something of this nature: s squared plus 4x plus 4. Guys, with my explanation, this is what? This degree-wise, this is what? This is what type of expression? Guys, that's what?
Trinomial.
I know it is trinomial. That is term-wise. Degree-wise. Degree-wise. The highest degree is...
It's a perfect square trinomial.
Yeah, I know, but
No, it's a degree of 2. It's a degree of 2.
Yeah, degree of 2 or quadratic. Degree of 2 or quadratic. Let me also tell you one principle there, my friends. There is one principle of mathematics that states that equation of order n. Listen very well, my friend. You will understand it now. Before I state the principle, I want you to understand. Let's say I have 2s plus 3 is equal to 5. This equation is having what degree, my friends? Please, let us be fast. What degree?
1.
If you solve this equation, my friends, we are going to have 2s plus, if you collect the light time, that's 5 minus 3, right? That's give you 2s minus 2, s equal to 1. How many value of s did we have?
1.
Thank you. The principle I want to state is that when you have equation of degree n, we are going to have n root. Root is like answer. That is something, a number that satisfies the equation. S equal to 1 is the root of this equation, because if I put 1 here, that is 2 times 1. I hope you understand now. 2 times 1, 2 plus 3 is going to give me 5. Then we say 1 is the root of this equation. 2 is not the root of the equation, because if we put 2 here, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. This side is not 5. So what that principle is saying is that when you now have equation of degree n, then you are going to have n root. I hope you understand now. So when you have equation of degree 1, in that particular case, this degree is having 1. You are going to have 1 root. Equation of degree 2, you are going to have how many roots? Equation of degree 2 will give us how many roots?
1.
No, let me explain
it's 2
again.
roots.
2 roots. When you have equation of degree n in general, this equation of degree 1, at the end of the day, when we did it, we have 2 roots, Abby, right? S equal to 1. Then equation of degree 2 will give rise to 2 roots. Equation of degree 3 will give rise to 3 roots. And don't forget, this is having what degree? Degree is the highest power in an expression or an equation. This is having degree what? Degree 2. It means at the end of the day, it's going to have 2 roots. And that's why when you solve quadratic equation, how many answers do you have? 2 answers. 2 roots. That is one. Okay, now let's say we now want to, we want to factorize this. Please, guys, I want you to look up. The simplest method you can use is, now think. If I were you, you write the coefficient of s square here. The coefficient is what is a number, the constant beside a variable is the coefficient. When I say 4s, coefficient of s here is 4. I hope you understand now. So when I say 4s square, the coefficient of s square here is also 4. When I say 9y, the coefficient of y is 9. Okay, now you now write the coefficient of s square here. Everybody, what is the coefficient of s square? That is what?
It is 4. 4.
I hope you understand that. So, and the coefficient of, do you have a question? Okay, and the coefficient of s here is what? Is 4. And lastly, your constant, you make it c, which is 4. Then you now marry a and c together. 1 times 4 will give me 4, right? Then you now think of two numbers. You think of two numbers. That two numbers must be, a factor of 4. That is the product of a and c here. Such that when you multiply the two numbers together, you are going to get this 4. When you add them together, you are going to get b. Let me come again. What are the factors of 4, everybody? Factors of 4 are what? 1, 2, and 4, right? And there is one law in mathematics that says that when you have factors, you compare them together. You compare two factors of a number together, such that when you multiply these two numbers together, it's going to give you the number back. Maybe, for example, 1 and 4 is a pair. 2 and 2 is also a pair. 1 times 4 will give me 4. 2 times 2 will give me 4. Likewise, when you have 10, 10 will give me 1, 2, 5, and 10, right? Okay, then we can see have a pair that is 1, 10, 2, 5, such that when I multiply 1 times 10, I'm going to have 10. 2 times 5, I'm going to have 10. So you now think of this pair of 4, that is the factor of 4, such that when you multiply these two numbers together, you are going to have 4. When you add the two numbers to the same number, when you multiply them, you are going to have 4. When you add them, you are going to have what you have at the middle here. What is that number from this pair, everybody? That is what? 2 and 2, right? You see that 2 times 2 will give me 4. 2 plus 2 will also give me 4. Then you now replace the number with here. You put x and x to them. It is 2, 2, right? You now put x, and replace it with what you have at the middle here. And I'm going to now have what? X squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. Immediately you've done that, then you now group them. You group them. You can see how I group them. You group them in twos, or if you like, you can do like this. Okay, now with what I've done before, what do you have as a common factor here? S is common here, S is also common. Factor S out. And don't forget, I told you, immediately you factor something else, you divide it by each of the term, right? What do you have in common here? 2 is common here, right? Take it out as well. Then you divide it by each of them as well. Don't forget, that is the law. The moment you factor a number out, we just forget it because we know that what we are going to have. So you see that this guy, we cancel one of these. S, we cancel S. Then what do you have left? S into what? This remain x plus 2. 2 cancel 2 here, 2 here, 1, 2 here, 2. Then plus 2 into what? S plus 2. I hope you understand now. So, okay, now you can see that we still have something in common. S plus 2 is common. S plus 2 is also common. Then what are you going to have? This is going to give me S plus 2. If you factor it out, and don't forget, if you factor a number out, you divide it by each of the terms. So if you divide S plus 2 by S plus 2, you are going to have X here, M plus 2 here. So you can see we have like a 2 product of what? Maybe if this is equation, it will give rise to 2 roots. That's how you are going to be, factorizing a quadratic expression. Let us now go to our question. The first question is number 4. Question 4. So the question 4 here says, don't worry, we are going to, question 4 here states 60m raised to power 4 minus 120. Maybe I should just copy it. Let me just copy it. That is strange. Okay. Okay, let me just copy some of them here so that we don't stress ourselves. And where is copy? Sorry, guys. I'm doing many things at a time. Okay, let me just paste it here again. So look at this question. The first one we want to solve is we have 60 m raised to the power 4 minus 120 m cube n plus 50 m squared n squared. I hope you understand. You don't need to stretch yourself. What do we have in common now? You can see that m square is common to all of them. M square is here, m square is here, m square is here. I hope you understand now. So although there is a way you can do it using your LCM, the LCM you were taught in high school. So n is not here, it means n is not common. You understand now? So if I were you, let me factor m square out because it is here, it is here, it is here. I hope you understand how I know it is here. Okay, what of the constants 60, 120, 50? What is the LCM of 60, 50, and 120? That is the lowest term that can divide all this number. I think that is what? Everybody? Is it not 10, right?
10, yes.
Is it 10 or? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is 10 because I don't think, yeah, 15, it is 15 because 15 can go in 122. I think the answer is 15. So it is 15. So you can find your LCM, your I square LCM, you just factor 15 out m square. Then don't forget, if you factor something out, what are you going to do? Divide by each of them if you don't know what you are going to have left. But if you know what you are going to have left, you can write 4m square here. But for some of us, just write divided by each of them, 15m squared. 15m squared. 15m squared. I hope you understand now. So, and this guy, we cancel this. Then I'm going to have 15m squared into, this will be 4m squared minus what? What do we have left here?
It's 8.
Thank you. 8m n, right? Then plus, oh, 15 cannot go in 50. I'm sorry.
That's 3,
yeah, sorry guys. 15 cannot go in 50. I thought I was saying 60. It should be 10. Yeah, then this should be 6. I'm very sorry. Thanks, guy. Yeah, thank you. God bless you. So, and this will be 12, right? Then plus 5n squared. I hope you can see. So, and if you check this guy again, you can see that we can see factor something out here. Think of what I said the other time. You know, what I asked you to be doing is that, you know, we have our, the coefficient of this first here is A. And this is what? A is 6 here. Your B is minus 12. And your C is 5. I said you are going to multiply A with C, which is 30. Just think of the number. What? You have the pair of 30 such that when you multiply them, you are going to have what? 30. When you add, you are going to have minus 12. Yeah. Where is that? Do we have? I don't think we have. Okay, can you think of anything, any other thing? So if there is none, so you can leave your answer here. But at times, if you think very well, if it can go, you can apply what I said the other time, and it's going to take care of it. I hope you understand. So that is that. So, okay, let me solve the other question. I'm just thinking because the factor of 30 are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 15. Yeah, 15 and 30. So 130, 215. Yeah, I don't think there is such a number. unless maybe you are going to think it from this angle. So, but since we are not asked to factorize completely, because at times they may ask you to factorize completely. So if you are to factorize completely, then it means you have to think deeply before you continue. I hope you understand now. So what is the next question here? The next question is question 23 or 15. Let us check question 15 here. 15. Where is question 15? Yeah, you know, see, we have 21m squared, 21m squared, plus 13n, 13mn, plus 2 what? Plus 2n squared. Just multiply the two constants together. 21 times 1 will give you 42. What are the factors of 42 such a way that when you multiply the numbers together, you are going to have 42, and when you add them, you are going to have 13. Please, guys, think of it. Do we have any? Do we have any? By the way, what are the factors of 42? You know, the factors of 42 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. I think 14 is also here. 21, 42. Yeah, I think 6 and 7, my friend. You know, if I say 6 times 7 will give me 42, right?
Yes.
What of 6 plus 7? 13. And don't forget what I told you, since you know the pairs should be 6, 7 now, just add what you have here, mn. Then you have mn, and you use it to replace this guy. Then I'm going to have 21m squared plus 6mn plus 7mn plus 2n squared. Look up, guys. Can you see with this arrangement, if we group it, it will not go. Because 21 and 6 are not common. But if you check 7 and 21, they are common. You still think about that. Likewise, 6 and 2. Why not rewrite it since addition is commutative? Don't forget by definition of commutative. So then this will give me 25m squared plus 7mn plus 6mn. They are saying the same thing. And you can just group them after that. Okay. What do you have in common for the first one, guys? What do you have in common? I think 7 is common, right? M is also common. What of n? N is not common. What are you going to have left? If you don't know what you are going to have left, just divide this by 7m. It will give you. But if you know what is going to give you, you don't need to stress yourself. Then what do you have in common here, my friend? 2 is common. N is also common. This will give me 6mn divided by 2n plus 2n squared divided by 2n. So if you know what you are going to have left, you don't need to stress yourself, my friend. I'm just doing it because of some of our friends. So this will give us 3m, right? Plus n, 2, yeah, 3. So then you have what? 3m. And so this is 2 plus what? N. I hope you understand now. Can you see what you still have in common? 3mn is here. 3m plus n is here. Take it out. 3m plus n. 3m plus n. You know, immediately you take it out. What do you have left here? That is 7m plus. Immediately you take it out. What do you have left here? That is 2n. And that will be your result. I hope you understand, guys. So let me do one more before we move to the next question, because we have a lot to cover. I think the next question from the tutorial is question 23. Guys, please, if you are following me and you understand what I'm doing, can you just say thumb up, or you just, yeah, thank you. So this one is 10x squared minus 160. So 10x squared minus 160. Look up, guys. If I were you, you know 10 is common here. If I were you, I would just take 10 out first. Then this will give me x squared. This will remain x squared minus 16. And don't forget, one of the law I explained the other time is that when you have square here, you know, we can even write this as what? S squared. You know, 16 is a perfect square too, right? You know, 16 is the same thing as 4 raised to power 2. You see what I mean? So what does this look like? Look up, if you don't forget, you know, I told you if you have a plus b, a minus b, I said, don't stress yourself with the example I did before. Just square the first one minus square the second one. It means if I have a square minus b square, before I can have this a square minus b square, it was what before? It was what before? A plus b, a minus b. Likewise, before I have a square minus 4 square, guys, what did I have before? What did we have before? Okay, my friend, talk. Again, let us come back here. You know, before, difference of two square, what I said is that when you have a plus b, a minus b, that is the same element, but you add and subtract, it's going to give you a square. Don't stress yourself. Just square the first one minus square the second one. So it means before we have a squared, before we have a square minus b square, it was what before? What did we have before? Guys, please, let us talk. I know you know it. Before we had a square minus b square,
like
a plus b.
A plus b and a minus b.
Thank you. Also, then this will also be what? X plus
4.
2x minus 2.
X minus 2. When you see it, it's very simple. That's difference of 2. It is not difficult at all. So that's that. I hope you can solve the next question yourself, question 32. Can you? So I don't want to be so and this one too is also on difference of 2 square. Let me just write it. We have 16a raised to power 4 minus 81b raised to power 4. 16a raised to power 4 minus 81b raised to power 4. Okay, guys, look at this. Look at this. Okay, can anybody think? Okay, let me see, give you one hint here, my friend. If you are asked to factorize a binomial expression, what do we call a binomial expression? An expression with 2 terms. And if you now check the term and you notice that relationship between the 2 terms is minus, what must first of all come to your mind is difference of 2 squares. Almost every time, if you have a binomial expression with negative inside, what they want to test you is difference of 2 squares. I hope you understand that. So it means what my mind will go is what? Difference of 2 square. And you have to make sense of it. How can we make it like a difference of 2 square, guys? It is possible. You know, square is not here. We can make it square. You know, 2 square is also 4. So what if I write 4a and I put, okay, sorry, 4a square and I put square? You know, it's the same thing, isn't it? Because 4 square will give me 16. A square will give me a raised to power 4. Do you understand, my friends? Okay, we can manipulate this as well. This will be what? You know, 81 is also a perfect square. Guys, please.
9.
9.
B squared, everything squared. Okay, now, I'll never forget the principle I told you, my friends. The hint is that when you have binomial expression, when you have a binomial expression that is an expression with 2 terms, what must come to your mind is when you have negative inside is what? Difference of 2 square. And don't forget, when you have a square minus b square, you know, what we proved the other time is that we don't need to stress ourselves. It's going to give me what? A plus b, a minus b. Okay, let us multiply this. This will also give me what? 4a square plus 9b squared. I hope you understand that. Take the first plus the second one. Take the first minus the second. I hope you understand now. So again, I said when you have a binomial expression, this one is not having negative inside, you can leave it, but because you can't expand more than it. But this, it's a binomial expression and it is having negative inside. It means we can also think of it as what? at difference of 2 square again. How? You know, I can still write this as 2 square, or let me say 2a, everything squared, right? Minus 3b, everything squared. Because 2 square will give me 4, a square will give me, I hope you understand, 3 square will give me 9, b square will give me 9. Okay, can you still split this, guys? What are you going to have? Don't forget, if you have difference of 2 square like this, it is a binomial expression, and you have square in each of them, then this one will give me what? The first one plus the second one, the first one minus the second one. Oh, guys, do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
we've solved, on that. Okay, let us now move to rational expression. I think I've informed you what rational expression means. Yeah, so what are the questions on the rational expression? We have question 8, 16, and 22. 8, 16, and 22. Maybe I should just copy it here. 8, 16, and 22. Let me ensure that I can copy it here. It is not difficult, my friend. You don't need to stress yourself. So mathematics is very simple. Mathematics is very simple. If you are just joining, please, my friend, could you send, what do we call it, to the chat box so that they can feed their attendance? Okay. So I think it is better we focus on this. Then for 22, I can go there later. Don't worry, we are going to cover it. I want you to understand. Mathematics is very simple. I want you to know it is very simple. Yeah. And anytime if you have any question, do not hesitate to ask me. Okay, look at this. Look at this question. The first question here is, we are asked to solve question 8. Again, when we say rational expression, we know the meaning of expression. So if you don't know it, or if you've forgotten, please, I advise you to watch the video again. I'm going to send you. And now when we say a rational number is a number of this form. So that is a number of the form divided by q. I hope you understand now. Where q is a number not equal to 0. And the rule of rational number is that you can add when you have, maybe if I have p divided by q plus r divided by q, I don't need to stress myself. Just say q, then you add them together. Likewise, if you have negative, so you can do that together. But if it is for multiplication, my friend, p over q plus r over q, it means you are going to multiply numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. I hope you understand now. So likewise, if it is division, maybe if I have p divided by q divided by r over q, what you are going to do first is to what? First of all, change this division to multiplication. So, and there is one, when you change the division to multiplication, then you reverse this side. Denominator will come to denominator and denominator will go to numerator. That will be q over r. I hope you understand, my friend. Okay, let us now solve the question. We have r squared minus r minus 6. So then the divided by r squared plus r minus 12. If I were you, if you are confident about mathematics, and you can only do that if you are practicing. You practice, and practice. I know what they want us to do here. What they want to do here is to factorize this, and after factorizing, we are going to see something that will be common in both numerator and denominator so that we can just cancel them. You understand now? Okay, let us factorize this, my friend. Don't forget how we factorize. The coefficient of this is 1 and this is minus 6, Abi. 1 times minus 6 is minus 6. Think of a number such that when you multiply the factors of 6, when you multiply these two factors together, you are going to have minus 6. And when you add, you are going to have minus 1. Minus 1 is here. It's minus the same thing as minus 1. The number is what? I think minus 3 times 2, right? Although let me just say minus 3 and 2. Because minus 3 times 2 will give me minus 6. Minus 3 plus 2, it will also give me minus 1. Yeah, it has to satisfy it that way. Okay, now let us do for this one too. And you know, the moment you know that, what did I ask you to do? Just put R. And this one will now be what? R square minus 3R is 2R minus 6. Then divided by, okay, let us do for this guy too. So that is 1. 1 is here. 1 times minus 12, that is minus 12. Okay. Think of two numbers from the factors of 12. You know, if you don't know it, just write the factors of 12. They are 1, 3, 4, 12. Then you compare them. This is 1, 12, and 3, 4. Such number, when you multiply the two numbers together, you are going to have minus 12. And when you add, you are going to have 1. You know, that is the coefficient of the middle one here. You know, R is the same thing as 1R. What is that two numbers, my friends? Is it PR 1, 12 or 3, 4?
3, 4.
For that 3, 4, one of them must take negative. That is 4 minus 3. Because 4 times minus 3 will give me minus 12. 4 minus 3 will give me 1. I hope you understand. Then you now put R here. And you replace it with the middle one. Oh, I hope you understand. So this will now give me R square minus 4R minus 3R minus 12. Okay, now let us now group it. Don't forget that I asked you to be grouping them in twos. Okay, if you group them like this, denominator, what do we have in common? R is common, right? What do you have left here? This will remain R. Don't forget, how did it remain R? If you factor something out, you have to divide. That is R squared divided by R to give me R. Then minus 3R divided by R, that is 3, right? Then what do you have left? That is 2. What do you have left here? 2. 2R divided by 2, this will give me R, then minus 3. Then divided by R is also common here. This will be R minus, do you know how we obtain R? Since we factor R out, divide R squared by R, then minus 4. Minus is common here, you have factor minus 3 out. If you divide minus 3R divided by minus 3, this will remain R. Then this will remain what? Minus 4. So guys, I hope you understand. I hope you understand. So, okay, now, if you see it very well, if you still continue, yeah, I think we made a mistake. This is plus, sorry. This is plus. And this will be plus. If this is plus, then this will be minus, yeah. Because, you know, no, it is this that is plus. You know, our factor is what? 4 minus 3. 3 plus 4 minus 3 here. And this will be plus, yeah. Let me rewrite it, sorry guys. Okay. R, this will be 4, R plus 4. Then what do you have in common? Minus is common. If you factor minus 3R, this R plus 4. Okay, if you look at the denominator, what do you have in common? R minus 3 is common. What are you going to have left? R plus 2. What do you have in common here? R plus 4 is common. What do you have if you divide by R? So this is going to be R minus 3. Can you see? This guy will now cancel this. What do you have left? R plus 2 divided by R plus 4. Can you see I guessed accurate? So if you have something like that, your mind will also tell you that, oh, they want me to factorize the numerator, factorize the denominator, then I have my result. I hope that is clear. Maybe I should solve one of them here. I think for 16, it is not difficult to do. You should be able to do it. We have a minus 3 divided by 16. A minus 3 divided by 16 divided by a minus 3 divided by 32. It is not difficult to do, my friend. Like what I've explained, if you have two rational expressions now and you want to divide them, just write this, a minus 3 divided by 16. Just change this to multiplication. And there is one law, the moment you change this to multiplication, you have to infer the numerator and denominator. So this will now be here. 32 will be at the denominator, a minus 3 will be at the denominator. So you will see that this guy will cancel this. 16 here 1, 16 here 2. And you have your 2 as your result. I hope you understand now. So another one, we have question 22. Question 22. Okay, I think you should be able to do this yourself. Should I leave as an assignment? Guys, can you do it? Hello, you should be able to do it, I assume, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Do you know what? So
Right.
you factorize the first, like we did for this one. So you factorize 2 of them, then divide. The moment you divide, and you want to change your division to multiplication, what will happen? You now change what you have there. I hope you understand now. So that's good. That's how you are going to do that. You can do it and let me know, because we still have a lot to cover. Oh, and question, the last question here is question 37. Question 37. I assume you should be able to do this too. Can you do that?
Yes.
Yeah, so I hope everyone can do it, or should I? We have 2 divided by a plus 2, because I want us to be fast so that we can complete everything. A divided by 2 plus 1 over a, then plus what? So plus a minus 1, a minus 1. And lastly, this is what? So a square plus 2a, a square plus 2a. If I were you, you know, you don't have anything, the denominator are not the same. What you are going to do is to, if you rewrite this guy, you factor the common factor here, which is a, right? It's going to be a plus 2 again. So it means your LCM, the common factor, the LCM is a in a plus 2. And don't forget your high school, you take the LCM. How many a plus 2 are we going to see here? This will cancel this, it will remain a. 2 times a, that is 2a, then plus a in a. A will cancel a, right? What do you have left? A plus 2. And this will cancel each other. It will remain 1, right? 1 times this, a minus 1. I hope you understand now. So, and you now have, you collect the like term, 2a plus a, that is 3a. 3a plus a, that is 4a. Then you have 4a plus what? Plus 1 divided by a into what? A plus 2. So since you don't have something in common, I think you are going to stop there. Okay, now let us move to the next question. Any questions so far? This is on equation. Any questions so far? Guys, do we have any questions so far?
No.
No.
Yeah, so, okay, let us move to R4, question 7. Question 7, or if it makes sense, why not let us copy it here so that it won't be disturbing us. This is also simple to my friend. Math is very simple. It's very sweet like banana. Isn't it?
No
This
way.
Sometimes.
It's sour like lemons.
No. Math is very sweet like banana or orange. Okay, look at this question. The first question here is on what number? What number? Let me go to it. Question 7. Can you solve question 7?
Yes.
Okay, so that we don't stress ourselves. So what of question 11? Question 7, you just multiply this and collect the like time. Question 11, can you solve it?
Yes.
Guys, please, if you can't solve it, if we have anybody from the group who can't solve it, please kindly let me know. So question, because we know you can solve it for question 11 now, you know you have m squared. You have m squared is equal to 14m minus 49. What you have to do is to collect the like time, bring everything inside and have 0 outside. This will be m squared minus 14m plus 49 is equal to 0. And you do it the same way I explained. So you know this one is 1 times 49. Then you find the factor of 49 such that when you multiply the two numbers together, you are going to have 49. When you add the number, you are going to have minus 14. I think it is minus 7 and minus 7. Because minus 7 times minus 7 will give me 49. Minus 7 minus 7 will give me minus 14. Then you replace it here. It will now be minus m squared minus 7m minus 7m plus 49 is equal to 0. Then you now what? You group them. You group them in twos. If you group them in twos, what do you have in common here? M, right? This will remain m minus 7. Then what do you have in common here as well? That is also minus 7. M minus 7 is equal to 0. So then you have m minus 7, m minus 7 is equal to 0. And you know, when you have m minus 7 times, when you have the product of two numbers to be 0, by implication, it means either one of them is 0. I hope you understand. And maybe two of us are in the same room, and you notice that someone went to toilet without flushing. If it is not me, then it is you. Then you now say m minus 7 is equal to 0, or m minus 7 is equal to 0. Then m is equal to 7, or m is equal to 7. Then you can say m is equal to 7 twice. That's why, you know, this equation is what? What type of equation? You know, it's having degree 2. What type of equation? Quadratic equation. And don't forget the principle I gave you the other time, that is when you have equation of degree 2, you are going to have how many roots? You are going to have 2
roots.
That's why we have 7. Don't just write 7 alone, just write 7 twice. So you write 7 twice. Okay, now let me see from there. I think this is simple. You should be able to solve. Okay, question 35. Do you know how you are going to solve these two?
Please do question 35.
Question 35, yeah.
Yes.
Can you solve it? This is what
yes.
So you
but
have minus 4 into b squared plus 2b, 6 into b squared plus 7b plus 10. What you are going to do first is to factorize this. You are going to have factors, or you can factorize this as well. So then you have 5, or if you don't want to stress yourself, but it will be better for you to factorize so that you know they have common factor. This is b, b plus 2. And my friend, I assure you, if you factorize this, you are going to have b plus 5, b plus 2. You can try it. This is what this is going to give you, b plus 5, b plus 2. So then, if you want to, if you're having equation involving fraction, if you have equation involving fraction, what you have to do is to get rid of the denominator first. And to get rid of the denominator, you multiply by the LCM of the what? Of the denominator. Multiply by the LCM of the denominator. And don't forget our LCM is just b plus 5, b plus 5, b plus 2. And you are going to have b plus 5, b plus 2. You multiply it by what? 5 over b plus 5. So you do it for the second one. So b plus 2, since that is the LCM, b plus 5, multiplied by 4 divided by b into b plus 2. Then is equal to what? B. You do it for all of them. B plus 2, b plus 5, multiplied by 6 divided by b plus 5, b plus 2. So, and you will see that this guy, we cancel this guy, we cancel this guy, we cancel this guy. What do you have left? 5 into b plus 2, then plus this one remain 4b is equal to what? No, 4b into b plus 5, then this one remain what? 6b. Then you factor them out. So this is 5b, that is 5b squared plus 10b plus 4b squared plus 20b. I hope you understand now is equal to 6b. So then you now collect the like times. You can bring this guy here, then I have 5b squared plus 4b squared plus 10b plus 20b minus 6b is equal to 0. So this will give me 9b squared. So this is 30b, right? That is minus 34b. So I think maybe we made a mistake here. Perhaps maybe they are, you can check the calculation again, because you know this one look like a perfect square. No, it doesn't. Don't mind me. But b is common. Just try and do that. If you factor b out, this one will remain what? 9b minus 34 is equal to 0. And don't forget what I said. When the product of two numbers is 0, then either of them is equal to 0. You understand now? When the product, remember all these principles, you have to take it. So don't take it lightly. So this will now be b is equal to 0, because product of them, we don't know which one is 0. Then you assume either b is equal to 0 or 9b minus 34 is equal to 0.
We don't ask me. I go greet you.
So it's equal to 34. B is equal to 0 or B is equal to 34 over 9. So that's that. I hope you understand now. We don't need to stress ourselves. Okay, let us move to hard 5. The time is going. Any questions so far? If you understand, let me hear your voice. Guys, do you understand? Okay, now we have inequalities. Let us move to inequality and let me briefly explain it. Inequalities. When we say inequalities, that is something that are not equal. You understand now? You know, before when we have inequality, I said it means left-hand side is equal to what? The right-hand side. But for inequality, it means left-hand side is not equal to right-hand side. Because when you have your number line like this, my friend, and you have 0, 1, 2, 3, you know, we call this integer, -1, -2. So if you have a number here as a reference point, any number towards the right of that number, you know, I circle 2 here, any number towards the right, like 4, 5, 7, are said to be greater than 2. So, and you know, this is your greater than sign, this less than sign. So you can have greater or equal to, less or equal to, then you can also have not equal to. I hope you understand now. Then you can say that 5 is greater than 2 because 5 is what? Towards the right of 2. Then the one that is towards the left of 2 is said to be of less than. Then we can say 0 is what? Less than 2. I hope you understand now. So let's now say that you want to do this. They ask you to put this in number line. You know, it is not difficult to do. Just locate your, if it is 0, locate your 4. You know, 4 is here. And don't forget, they said S is what? Greater than 0. By what I said, if something is greater than a number, then will it be towards the left of that number or towards the right of that number? Guys, will it be towards the left of that number or towards the right of that number?
Toward the right of
The
that
right.
number.
Right of that number. So, but you have to locate your 4 first. Then you now write something like this, S greater than 4. That is there. But what if they write S greater or equal to 4? You understand now? When they write S greater or equal to 4, then it means you have to circle it. So it means 4 is also there. I hope you understand now. So here, let me also explain what we know as, we have open interval. Open interval. Then we have closed interval. You understand that? So when we are talking about open interval, then open interval is, maybe if I have open interval A to B, maybe I have 0 to 4 now. Then I'm going to have open interval. You understand now? I'm going to have open interval. If this one does not start from 4, that does not start from 0 and ends before 4. I hope you understand now. It means what you are going to have inside the open interval are what? Maybe 1, 2, 3. I hope you understand. You cannot have 4 or 0. But for closed interval, it includes the first and the second number. And that's why for open interval, they write it like this. That is, your S is what? Is greater than A less than B. Then for closed interval, that is S is greater or equal to A less than B. So, and that's how you write it. So if I write 2, 4 now, and I want you to indicate it on the number line, you understand now? So what you are going to do is simple. You have your 2 here, you have your 4. Just do like this. Maybe you have points here, and that is it. That is, it doesn't contain 2 and 4. So, but if it is closed interval 2, 4, then what you are going to do is to what? So you have 2 here, you have 4 here, start here, then you are going to circle it. So what that is saying is that it comprises of 2, then it comprises of 4. So let me now solve, an example of, if it is linear equation, maybe let us solve, a linear inequality. Maybe you have S plus 3 greater than 5. That is not difficult to do. You know that s plus 3s plus 5, just collect the like time, that will give you s greater than 5 minus 3. Then s greater than 2. You don't need to stress yourself, just indicate it on number line. Since your s is just 1, if this is 2, then your s will be at what? Towards the right of, so towards the right of 2. I hope you understand now. So, but if we are talking about a quadratic expression, we are talking about a quadratic expression, what are you going to do? Let me give you an example. And before I give you that example, let me also, maybe you are solving a linear equation. Maybe you have something of this nature, minus 2s minus 3 greater or equal to 5. Okay, yeah, this is a good example. How do you solve this kind of question? You know, this is going to give me what? Minus 2s, if you collect the like time, greater or equal to 5 plus 3, right? Because I bring that guys out when I connected the like terms. So, and this one will now give me minus 2s greater or equal to 8. Now we want to divide both sides by negative 2. And one principle you have to take note here is that you want to divide through by a negative number. If you want to multiply or divide through by a negative number, then the inequality will change. You understand now? So then this will now be minus 2s. Do you know why the inequality will change? Anybody? Do you know why?
Yes.
Do you know why the inequality will change?
Yes.
Okay, can you explain, my friend? Thank you.
We're dividing by a negative number.
Why is the inequality going to change? Okay, because of the time, the reason is not difficult. Look up. You have 3, 5. Which one? You know 3, then 3 is less than 5, right? We are going to put 3 less than 5 here. Okay, let's say I now multiply through by minus 1. You know, if I multiply through by minus 1, this should be minus 3 minus 5. Will it be true if I write greater than? Is minus 3 greater than minus 5?
No. No.
So that's why. It means when you multiply by negative or you multiply by a negative number, you have to change the sign. Okay, now you have to change the sign. Okay, let me give you another example. Look at this, which is of quadratic, or maybe I should take a question from your notes that is of quadratic inequality, and let us solve it. So let us solve it. Yeah, or let us graph it. They say we should graph it. Look at question 27, m minus 3, m plus 5 greater than 0. M minus 3, m plus 5 greater than 0. Is it greater than or less than? Less than 0. You know, if you want to solve it, you don't need to stress yourself. This will be what? M minus 3 less than 0, or m plus 5 less than 0. That will be m less than 3, or m what? So m less than minus 5. Okay, now how are you now going to do it? To know how to plot it, please, I want you to listen attentively here. You know, minus 5 is going to be here. I hope you understand now. So then you are going to have 3 here. So what we used to do normally is to what? Then you have to check whether this inequality satisfies this region, whether it satisfies this, whether it satisfies this region as well. I hope you understand, because before you can know the solution or how you are going to solve it. Because if you have m less than 3 or m less than minus 5, it might be confusing. But to know the exact solution, you have to graph it this way. That's why it is important to graph. So if I were you, I would now think of any number here. You know, another number I'm going to have here maybe is minus 6. You know, minus 6, minus 3, that will give me what? Minus 9. Minus 9 times what? Let me rewrite it. This minus 6 minus 3, minus 6 plus 5. This minus 9. And what? Minus 1, right? Correct. Minus 9 times minus 1 will give me 9. Is 9 less than 0? Is 9 less than 0? You know, the condition is that this guy must be less than 0. Is 9 less than 0?
No.
9 is not less than 0. You understand now? It means this region is not satisfied. Then you still take a number between this guy and this guy. Let us choose 0 because 0 is also here. If I put 0 here, this will be minus 3 times 0 plus 5, that is 5. Minus 3 times 5 will give me what? Minus 15. You can see minus 15 is also what? Less than 0. Then you mark it. I hope you understand, guys. Do you understand what I'm doing? Hello, guys. Do you understand? Yeah. Okay, now, what about this? What about this? Think of another number here. Maybe we choose 4. 4 minus 3 is what? 1 times 4 plus 5, that is 9. 9 is also not less than 0. It means this is not there. It means my solution is this and this. So that is minus 5,3. But let's assume there is a solution here. Let's assume there is a solution here, and you are going to have union. So then from there, maybe what you have here, maybe 3 to infinity. I hope you understand that. But we don't have here, you have to stop here. So that's what we are going to be doing in some of the solution. So because of the time we have 7 minutes, let me quickly rush the rest too. Any questions so far? We have exponent. When we say exponent is just like an indices. So although I have maybe for somebody you want to watch more video about it, I can share you some of the video, but let me quickly, tell you what it means. You know, for exponent is when I have a raised power m. This m is the power. That is the exponent. I hope you understand now. Then your a is called like the base. So, and this exponent has its own rule. One of the rules is when you have a raised power m, everything raised power n. Then it's the same thing as what? A raised power m plus n. When you have a raised power m divided by a raised power n, it's the same thing as what? A raised power m minus n. When you have a raised power m, or let me say a raised power 0, any number raised power 0, it is 1. Any number raised power 0 is 1. What another law? Okay, a raised power m, everything raised power n. It's the same thing as what? A raised power m n. I hope you understand now. And there is one law, when you have a raised power minus n, it's the same thing as 1 over a raised power n. Please, you have to know this law, although they have proof. If you are interested in some of the proof, I can give you some of my videos. So then when you have a over b raised power minus 1 or minus n, you don't need to stress yourself. This is going to be over a, everything raised power n. You have a question? Hello? Okay, I think it is not us. Okay, now let us now move to the question R6. What is the first question here, my friends? R6, question 8. Look at question 8. You can see the law I gave. 4 divided by 3, everything raised by minus 3. You have 4 divided by 3, everything raised by minus 3. You know, it's deep. If you have something like this, you have a negative index and you have fraction. You don't need to stress yourself. Just remove the negative. It's going to, and the moment you want to remove the negative index, you are going to change this guy. It's going to be 3 over 4, everything raised by 3. I hope you understand. If you have 2 over 5, everything raised by minus 9, don't stress yourself. This is going to be what? 5 over 2 raised to power 9. And from there, you can conclude adequately that this is going to be 3 over 3, 3 raised by 3 divided by 4 raised by 3. 3 raised by 3 is 27 divided by 64. Can you see that is not difficult? Let me quickly check another one from your question 20. Or do you have any of them in particular so that I solve it for you? So look at question 20 because we only have 4 minutes. Question 20, what's question 20 saying? We have C cube divided by 7d raised by minus 2, everything over what? Everything raised by minus 2. Don't forget what I said. What are you going to do now? If you want to remove this index, anybody? This is going to be what? Let's say we want to get rid of this index. This is going to be what? 7d raised power minus 2, right? Divided by c, keep everything raised power 2. You understand now? First thing, if you have that like that in fraction, just interact and you multiply. So then this is going to be what? 7. You can give them square 1 by 1, 7 square, d raised power minus 2, everything square, divided by c raised power 3, everything square.
Sorry, sir.
Okay.
Please, can you send the link for attendance, because we just came from the test, the biological test.
Okay, yeah, I will send it to you, the video. I'm recording it, don't worry.
No, I mean said the attendance link, the one.
Okay, the attendance, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Here you go. Can you see it yet? Yeah, I just put it. Okay, let's continue. The time is not on our side. So, and don't forget, with one law, I said a raised power m, everything raised power n is what? A raised power mn. So it means you are going to have 49 divided by 49 d raised power minus 4 divided by c raised power 9. And if I were you, you can bring this guy down. That would be 49 c raised power 9 multiplied by d over 4 because of this negative. I hope you understand that. So that's how you are going to solve it. Any questions so far? Let me quickly rush that of radical. You know, for radical is same thing as such. So when you have an irrational number, an irrational number is also called as radical, and it also has its own rule. So when you have root A multiplied by root B, it's same thing as root AB. I have a video on that I can give you if you want to know more about that. Then root A divided by B is also the same thing as what? Or let me say root A divided by root B is the same thing as root A divided by B. And another rule you have to notice root A multiplied by root A, that is A. So root A multiplied by root A is A. Let me solve quickly one of the question. Look at it. So the first question here is what? Look at the question because of the time. So question 3. Question 3. Look at question 3. You have 5th root of what? Yeah. And there's another law I have forgotten to give you, but let me use this. Maybe you have cube root of 125. You know, cube root of 125 is when you have a raised power 1 over n, is same thing as n root of a. So that means cube root of 125 is same thing as 125, everything raised power 1 over 3. And you know 125 is going to give me 5 raised power 3, right? Times 1 over 3, and 3 we cancel 3. It's going to give me 5 raised power 5, 1, which is 5. So which is 5. So then another one here, you have cube 5th root of 3125. I think negative. Okay, that's minus 3125, everything raised power what? 1 over 5. Okay, can anybody think of a number such that when you multiply it by itself 5 times, you are going to get 3125? Anybody? Anybody?
5.
3125.
5 to the exponent 5.
I think it's 5, right? So then this is going to be minus 5. If you say minus 5 raised power 5, you are going to get that. Everything raised power 5. And this guy will cancel this. Then you have minus 5. Can you see it's not difficult? Any question? I think the time is up. Let me solve the last one here. So maybe 41. Question 41. Yeah, that is rationalization. So when we say you should rationalize, I have maybe it would be better for you if you need more, like a more explanation regarding the radical, you can contact me. I have a set of video on that. So to rationalize means to what? To multiply by its conjugate. The conjugate of 1 plus root 2 is 1 minus root 2. And this is going to be 1 plus root 2, 1 minus root 2, divided by, but what you do for denominator, you must also do it for the denominator. So, and don't forget our law. You know, this more or less difference of 2 squared now. 1 times 1, this will give me, you know, I have plus here, I have negative here. By your difference of 2 squared, it means this is going to be 1 square, you recall, minus root 2, everything squared, divided by 2 minus 2 root 2. And this will give me what? 1 minus 2, because 2 we cancel 2. So divided by 2 minus 2 root 2. That is minus 1 divided by 2 minus 2 root 2. And that's that. Because of the time, I'm going to stop here for today. If you have any question, I can quickly take. So then, in the absence of none, I think we can meet next week. Any question, guys? And do you enjoy the class?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I will send you the video. Then maybe next week we can do tutorial 2. And I don't know if some of you, if you are in my group, maybe what I will be doing on Friday is to be explaining your tutorial to you, because some of you did not contact us, so we assume you know it. So yeah. Okay.
Now
Thank you guys. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, see you next week. Bye bye. Yeah.